Gotta be on brand. Gotta be on brand with my glasses, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, cuckoo, kitty, kitty, kitty. Do you just want to be in this the entire time, kitty? Okay. So are you thinking about showing up to the grand opening of Toy Story Land on opening day?
It is coming. It is coming.
Well, before you do that, I have 6 tips that you must hear before you go. Now, before we get into this video, hit that subscribe button down below to join the most magical family on the internet today, the Brandoneers. We'd love to have you. Let's get right into it. So a lot of these tips I'm going to be referring back to my time at the opening of Pandora because it's a really good benchmark. It just literally happened last year and it's freshly new, and although I do predict the crowds to be even heavier than Pandora for Toy Story Land,
and then it's all the way back down there.
I feel like it's a really, really, really good place to start. So one thing that I wish that I would have thought of is at the grand opening of Pandora, if you stayed on site at one of the resorts, you were allowed in an hour earlier than everybody else, and you were allowed to stay I think it was 2 or 3 hours later than everybody else too, I was so jealous. I genuinely considered at one point buying a hotel. I wasn't gonna stay, and I was just gonna go right home anyway, but I genuinely considered purchasing an all-star movies resort or something, and I went over to guest relations and they said that all the hotels were booked. Keep that in mind. But if you purchase a resort and you get those extra magic hours, then you'll be able to have a lot more time to enjoy things with a lot less of a crowd. Now remember, when you're staying on site at a Disney resort, you can also get fast passes up to 60 days in advance. Normal tickets can get them up to 30, but dogs. But if you get a Disney resort, you can book them up to 30 days in advance of the 30 days in advance. 60 days in advance. So as we all know now, Toy Story Land is going to be opening up June 30th officially, according to Disney. And what I recommend you do is you set your alarm for 2 months in advance from there if you're staying at a resort, and get your fast passes literally the second that they're available. The second that they're available. And then if you get your fast passes, then make sure to get a really good ride, or if all of those are picked out, just get a good ride, a really good ride in Toy Story Land. Because that leads me to my 3rd tip, which is if you have a fast pass, the lines out the door for Pandora were about 2 hours long to just get into the land. Oh, we're stopping?
Pandora to the left?
I don't want to stop. But if you have a pass and you have a fast pass, you get to stand in this little 10-minute line that gets you right into Pandora so that you can make your fast pass times and you don't have to wait in lines, and then you get to be in the land. They don't kick you out. You get to be in there. No matter what, once you're done with the ride, you get to stay. And that's pretty cool. And if you're not yet motivated to get your fast passes as soon as possible, just remember that Flight of Passage was about roughly a 3.5 hour wait at its peak throughout the day. So you're gonna wanna get your fast passes. Don't wait in line for food. Just don't. The Walt Disney World app actually has a section where you can pre-order your food before you go to the restaurant, because even in Pandora's opening, it was about an hour to an hour and a half wait just to get food. But it was kind of cool because they rolled out the new tab where you can order your food, and just when it was opening to Pandora, it was about a 10-minute wait. So that was awesome. So don't wait in line. If you go, here, let me pull it up really quick. So if you go into your account and you go to right here where it says order food, you can order food, and then they have all the restaurants, the quick table service, quick service, and you can go in, and since I talked about Pandora, we'll go to Satuli Canteen, order food, and then you have all your options right here. Click on, let's just say we want to get a vegetable themed curry pod, get one of those, add, go to the bag, view order, and then it'll take you to your payment information, and then you can order the food right there. Don't wait in line, and then they will notify you when your food's ready, and then all you have to do is present your phone with the app, and they will give you your food, and you don't have to wait in an hour and a half line just to eat. And it also gives you more time to explore the land more while your food is being prepared for you, rather than just standing there and wasting a valuable time where you could be exploring Toy Story Land. My fifth tip kind of contradicts my first tip, but it'll make sense. If you can't get a Disney resort, then what I did for Pandora is I showed up by 5 a.m. I am here at 5 a.m. for the opening of Pandora. I've never been to Disney this early. There is actually a tiny crowd of people. When I say tiny, like, it's not backed up, like, at all. I got here at 5 a.m. and there's still a lot of people here. That's crazy. Show up then and just get to the front of the line, and that's really all you can really hope for. But I was able to do a lot of stuff in Pandora without fast passes. I didn't get any fast passes. I didn't get a resort, and I was able to do a lot because I think a lot of it had to do with utilizing the order food little tab on the Walt Disney World app. I think that helped a lot. So I had to wait like an hour for the resort guests to have their fun before we could all come in. But because I was one of the first people in line, I was one of the first people into the park, which was great. So if you can't get your fast passes, you can't get a resort, you just can't afford a resort, and your fast passes are already picked over, don't worry. But those first tips are only there to help you and give you more of an ease of mind and an easier and more magical time, is basically what those ones are for. And then I have one last tip for you. So during the opening of Pandora, at least, cast members were allowing people to step out of line if they're like in a party, or if you make friends in line. I mean, you're standing with these people for about 3 to 4 hours. I actually met a few of my friends that I still talk to today in line waiting for Pandora. But if you meet some friends, or you want to like work something out with somebody, or if you're even just with family or friends when you go, cast members were allowing guests to step out of line and then go to a special gift shop where they could buy their Pandora merch and then get back in line, so that they didn't have to waste their time in the gift shop in the park, because the gift shop in the park, that was about a 2-hour line to just get in and buy stuff as well. Like, it took 2 hours to get into a shop where they take your money. It was intense. But yeah, cast members allow the guests to have somebody reserve their spot in line. The cast members won't reserve your spot in line for you, but you can have like a friend or like somebody that you met there, or like work something out with them. If you hold my spot in line, and I will go get you something and you can pay me back once I get back. Do something like that. That's what I did. I didn't step out of line, but I saved a spot for somebody, and they went and picked me up my merchandise and came back and gave me my merchandise, and I paid them back. So these tips are just really meant to help you guys out from a personal experience. I experienced a parks or a land opening firsthand, and I'm going to be experiencing Toy Story Land opening firsthand. One thing that I do want to get across to you guys though is Toy Story Land is going to be a much bigger deal than Pandora's opening. I can promise you that. It's going to be huge. There's going to be a lot more people. There's going to be a lot more crowds. It's just gonna... Pandora was intense. This is going to be intense. This is going to be Pandora intensity level, Toy Story Land. Like, this is going to be a big, huge deal. So if you can afford it, I recommend right now, this very second, go and buy and reserve your resort room, if that's the plan that you're gonna go with, because I don't know how much longer they're going to have available spots, because the resort sold out when Pandora opened. The cheaper ones, at least, sold out like way in advance. Well, anyways guys, my name's Brendan Guzrar. This is Turkey. I love you, Turkey. I make brand new Disney videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with Wednesdays being live streams, so show up around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to join in all of the live fun. Turkey, I am filming. Stop scratching. Join in on all of the live fun. Hit those notification button to be notified when I go live so that way you don't miss the stream. And also, comment down below what you're most excited for Toy Story Land. I'm usually most active in like the first hour, so get those comments out quick. My name is Brandon Guzrar. You can subscribe right here to join the most magical family on the internet today and become a Brandoneer. Here's 2 videos that I picked out especially for you, and I leave you with peace, love, unity, and respect. Bye guys.